Have a really good think, because somebody you know could earn you a lot of money for very little effort. Think, who do you know that wants to buy a property in Spain? A colleague, a mate, someone in your family, a friend of a friend? If you know someone, go to welcome-estates.com and click the Refer a Friend link. If they buy, you'll pocket a nice chunky thank you from one of Spain's leading estate agents. T's and C's apply. All details at welcome-estates.com.
Hello all you hardcores out there, how are you doing? It's Russ here from Porky's Corner, biggest gob in sport. Today we're joined by former WBA World Champion Scott Quigg from Bury. Former British champion as well, aren't you, Scott?
Not bad.
I was talking to somebody on the way over here today and I said, you know Scott Quigg, if he's at Joe's today I want to get him on because he got the most out of his career. He couldn't have got any more out because you weren't like an Olympian where you want a decorated amateur. You were a kickboxer, I believe, weren't you?
Yeah, I did Thai boxing for 7 years.
Yeah.
So I knew I'd been in the ring, so I could have a scrap.
Yeah.
But totally different. I had 12 amateur fights, won 10, and then it was a guy who I know from Bury who took me to Brian Hughes' gym. Because he was good friends with Robin Reed at the time. Yeah. So he took me down to Brian Hughes' gym, and best decision I've made. And
obviously back then there would have been Brian Hughes, Ed at gym, yeah. Pat Barrett, Robin Reed, yeah. Anthony Farnell, Gomez. What the kids, the Jennings brothers?
Michael Jennings, yeah.
They've got a brother, Andy, Dave, is it?
Dave, yeah. I mean, it was, and Joe, and I'll still say to this day, one of the most talented fighters I've ever trained with, and I'm.
Who was that?
Thomas McDonough.
Thomas McDonough. A few people say that to me.
Natural talent, yeah. Listen, he could do it all. Anybody that come into spar, Brian would put him in with Thomas first. You just so because Tommy could
soften him up.
The amount of people Tommy stood on the head.
Yeah.
So, but just a lazy ass.
Tell me about your hardest fight, Scott. I'm feeling which one it might be.
Hardest fight. You're probably gonna think the Valdez one.
Yeah, yeah.
Right, well, that was the that was the.
Is that who got busted?
Say again.
Did he get busted in?
Not sure.
There's one of them got busted
from his gym. Did
which one got busted and WBC still let him fight? But that one, him will beat you.
No. It was
a similar side type of name.
I'm not sure if it was who Valdez beat for who won the WBC title off that Miguel Burchell.
Yeah, which were your hardest fight then, Scott?
Hardest fight?
Frampton.
No.
Valdez, no.
Valdez was my most enjoyable one. I say one of the most enjoyable. I'm like.
Yeah. When you fought
probably Salinas. Do you remember the Cuban?
Yeah, the draw, wasn't it?
Yeah. The first 4 rounds I couldn't do anything with him. And he hit me, whatever he threw, he hit me with.
Yeah.
But that would probably, that was.
Okay, Scott, everybody says you got most out of your career, you were a really hard trainer. I've actually seen where you used to run in the morning because my mate Frank from Bury, Frank Smith, he lives at Summerseats.
Okay,
you know when you go down that straight bad road to get to his house, near the river. Anyway, that wall that knocked down, he lives down there. Well, he says to me, that's where Scott Quigg used to run every morning. And he showed me and I was like, did he? And he's like, yeah, every morning Quiggy used to go up there. Did you stick to that all them years, that same run?
This is what I built. There were certain runs I used to do.
Every morning you did your run?
Yeah, all the way through my career.
Every morning, you never missed one?
It'd either be in the morning or depending if I was sparring, it'd be at night. But I used to do that run, I used to do it 5 days a week, but then obviously we used to do the swimming in the I ended up doing it 3 times a week. And it sorts the men from the boys out.
How did you get in touch with Joe then? Did you leave Brian Hughes to go to Joe?
Yeah, so I was training with Brian, and then when Brian retired, I then trained with Pat for one fight, because Pat was always in the gym with Brian anyway. So I trained with Pat for one fight, had a fight with him, and then I just thought, I need a change. And I just looked, so I thought, well, I actually didn't think I was going to get on with Joe, you know, as a person, Joe at the time. And I just seen the fighters that he had, and how much they'd improved since they'd been working with him. So I thought, I don't know, I just turned up at his gym, spoke to him, just said, listen, I'm interested, and then he gave me a trial, and then...
What, he did you a sparring session?
No, they weren't sparring, he was just, I think I sparred with Stephen Smith. I think I did spar with Stephen Smith, but he gave me, I think it was a week's or 2 weeks trial, week or 2 week. So, but it was just, he wanted to see what I was like. Did I turn up on time?
Yeah.
How did I train? Did I get on with the other lads? So all different factors he wanted to look at. But I'm guessing I passed.
You all get on?
Yeah, we all get on.
You get on with Paul Smith?
I used to get on. I get on with everyone.
I used to be a Paul Smith groupie, you know. And when he got beat by Bendel, I was devastated. And then he moved up a weight, and I went off him. I don't know why. Because I think that a lot of fighters, you might back me up on this, you might not, because I know he's your pal.
Yeah.
But when they get beat at say 160, it don't mean you're a 168 fighter next day. Because if you got the decision, you wouldn't move up a weight, would you?
No. There's many fighters that I said they get beat and then they'll might move up in weight, maybe because it's for an opportunity, but a lot of them can use it, and sometimes they use it as an excuse. I mean, if anything, I mean, I stayed at 8 stone 10 for that many years when, you know, I should have moved up to say featherweight, but
I always thought you'd be a good lightweight, you know, moving, you know, in years to come. Yeah. But maybe that might have been a bit too heavy for you, do you think?
Yeah, because even at Super Feather, when I was on the scales, I mean, I looked a bit fleshy then. But at the same time, I could handle. It weren't necessarily the size, but it's the things that when you have to make that weight. It's the thing, when it's hard, carves you into a different person. Do you know what I mean? Is it gives you that, it turns you nasty.
What are you losing them last couple of days starving yourself?
I was.
I see the programme.
No, people go, it's like, no, but since I've retired, and people like still sheepish to come up and speak, and then they go, oh, I didn't think you'd be like this. I said, what do you think I'm going to be an arsehole? They go, well, yeah.
I saw the programme on telly where you were screaming at your mum to get that dog from upstairs because you were trying to sleep. Do you remember it?
Yeah. Still got that dog.
You still got that dog?
That's why I screamed in.
And your mum were going, I'm doing my best, Scott. You were going, get that dog out here, I'm trying to get to sleep. If I don't get my certain hours.
Listen, I used to literally train, eat, sleep. I'd sleep, I'd get up, train, and then I'd sleep 2-3 hours during the day, then I'd train again at night. So, literally, that is all. Like, is it healthy? No, it's not. What I mean is, it helped me achieve what I did, but it wouldn't work
regularly.
What I mean is, it wouldn't work for other people.
No.
So you have no enjoyment. But obviously, I managed to just switch. I was emotionless, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I've heard that, Scott. Somebody's told me, I'm not going to tell you who, but you're not one of them to be down pub with everybody and all that. You're a bit of a loner, Scott. Is that true?
Yeah.
You like your own company?
To be fair though, since I've retired, I socialise a bit more.
Yeah. You don't drink though, do you?
Don't drink. Last time I had a drink when I was 17.
You didn't like it?
I had a drink 3 times. Last time I never got run over chasing someone. So I thought I'd probably be an arsehole.
So you leave it alone. You got the most out of your career, and obviously Gary's come here today with me and John, but he's signed the UFC kid, you know, Callum Connor down there, and he's been explaining to him about this and that and combat sports and that. Now, I want to talk to you about you used to buy your food from market fresh every morning, didn't you?
Yep.
You won't buy anything from supermarkets.
No.
Can you explain that to me?
I mean,
Is it taking it to extreme?
No, he was. The more educated you get. So I used to listen. I weren't the most naturally talented.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but what I did have was a work ethic. So, and nobody would like work me. So because I weren't the most naturally talented, I was the first in the gym, last out. Then any other thing that I could get an advantage is, if it were going to make me better or perform better, that's what I did. And so you look at, as things, as you throughout my career, obviously as I grew up, you become more educated, so things evolve differently. And it's like, but it's like now, I don't eat meat though. So
you don't eat meat at all now?
I don't eat meat at all now, no.
What, are you vegan now, Scott?
Well, pescatarian sort of thing.
Yeah?
So, but at the same time, like, I just don't eat meat.
You don't eat fish either now?
No, I eat fish. I like fish, yeah.
You like?
But it all depends on what works for you. So everyone's different.
You know, when you were at that gym with Joe and he were ring trainer at year, I think, did he 50 fights? He went 49, 50.
I think it was 49.
49 and over some at one point, like Marciano. You've won everything, most successful gym in country, blah, blah, blah. All them world champions in that gym and British champion. Did that spur you on to keep going because the gym were thriving?
Yeah, I always say success breeds success.
Yeah.
And at that, I think at that point, the gym was absolutely bouncing. So everyone was the gym was on a roll, and it uplifts everybody coming through.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Everyone's pushing each other, so it does success breed success, and it makes you. And don't get me wrong, the quality of the fights that was actually in there. Like you had me, Crawler, Stephen Smith, Scotty Cardle, Doug. Us four, we had great innate. What I mean is, I'm on the right, just around my weight.
Oh yeah.
For innate spine, then obviously you had Beefy, Callum. What I mean,
you and Stephen Smith will have done hundreds of rounds then.
Oh, listen, I still say to this day, I improved. He's probably one of the biggest people that made an impact on my career because the amount of rounds I did with him and the rounds that me and him used to do.
A fantastic fighter, Stephen Smith. I would devastate he never won a world title. Because everybody would say he was the best one out of that,
natural talent, and skill. I couldn't tie his boots.
Did he used to give you a run around, Scott?
Well, listen, we used to have really good spans. There's times where he boxed rings around.
Yeah, you couldn't get near him. You've sparred Stephen Smith. You've done a lot of rounds with him, haven't you, Scott?
Listen, I still say to this day, Stephen Smith's probably one of the people that has had
biggest influence on your career.
Who's made a big impact on my career.
Joe and Brian.
Yeah, Joe. What means because the amount of rounds that I did with him.
Yeah.
And the quality of them, and like I used to get on. Well, I'm not used to. I get on really, really well with Stephen. But yeah, and there's times where he made me raise my game, and vice versa as well. But there was times where he boxed rings for me. But they had the sort of like day in, day out, you're training alongside people and cutting off that his work ethic matched mine.
Yeah.
He was an hard trainer as well. So when you and then you throw Crawler in that mix as well. When those three are training alongside each other.
We all three musketeers at Jim, you three.
But I was top runner
I
though.
heard you were leading pack all the time.
Yeah.
What quickest sprinter?
I'd say Marcus Morrison.
He could have played football, couldn't he?
Listen, all-round talented Marcus.
What about Beefy? Were he quick?
No, he weren't. Beefy weren't quick, but what he does and what he still does in his fights and he brings everyone down to his pace.
Does he?
He just slows everybody down.
And did Smig keep up with you all?
No. Paul used to just run on his own.
Oh, bloody hell. And were it a good laugh you're all in that gym?
Yeah,
they're not happy places at times, give me tension, can't they?
100%, but when at that time when the gym were thriving, and even when it was all coming through, and then obviously everyone started winning titles, the gym were thriving, and the atmosphere was good.
Who's the biggest puncher you've ever been hit by, Scott? In sparring or a fight? And you thought, oh, that hurt?
Can't think of the name. I was over in the wild card, and he was some Mexican kid, and he hit me, and I thought, I couldn't. So maybe he was like someone just switched my turn the switch on and turn lights out. I was still on my feet. But for about 5 or 6 seconds, I couldn't see anything.
No, it was all black.
Yeah, it just went completely black. Then I got hit again. It's like switched my lights back on.
Yeah.
So it's equal, but the ad probably. So when I fought Valdez, nearly a year to the day, I'd done about just short of 100 rounds in the gym with him. Now when I was sparring him, so the spars was because we just stood in the middle of the ring belting 10 bells out of shit out of each other. But when I sparred him, he could hit.
Could he?
Yeah, I thought, I thought I don't want to get it clean, and that was still with big gloves on. But then when I fought him, he buzzed me in the 11th round a bit, and didn't move a body shot in the 11th round. But other than that, which would surprise me, because when I inspired, he's probably the hardest I've been felt numerous times in sparring. But like I say, he didn't carry that power when into a fight.
Who do you think's best pound for pound fighter in the world today, Scott?
Today? Probably say Inoue.
Inoue, you like him?
Yeah.
He's your weight though, isn't he? Similar.
Nice liar, thankful.
You see what he did to Jamie McDonald? Brutal, that, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Some people have that knockout power, don't they? Yeah. They don't look big people, but they can punch. Like Tommy Earns could hit like
I'm going to say.
Where did they get it from, Scott? Where's it come
I remember me and Joe went and watched these media workout. I was just watching him shadowboxing, and then I was watching him on the bike, and the way he like he was just floating, it was. He just glided across his balance and everything was, but that's where he gets his power from.
Have you ever tried to punch as hard as you can? Tried everything. Do you think you're born with it, Scott?
Oh, you're definitely born with. You can improve your power to a certain level, but natural power, you're born with that.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's. You see, I look at these fighters nowadays, and I look at B2B people like that, and that Chinese kid, the Japanese kid we just been on about. I know you. These people are generating power that's freakish, aren't they? You're wild, but not everybody can do that.
No, because even when they're not technically throwing things right, the power that they're still generating is
massive, isn't
stupidly.
Because Wilder don't look like he throws this proper straight punch, does it? He comes at like a very odd angle, doesn't it?
Not only his legs are like that. Tom Burns, his legs was.
Yeah.
So some people go, well, you got big legs and so that you've got power. And it all comes down to the same thing. People think obviously you got big leg, better balance. The more balance you have, the power is generated from balance. It is that simple.
So if you've got the right balance, you can generate
power. Yeah.
Yeah. What would you say is the best punch you've ever thrown in a ring, Scott?
Probably that right uppercut.
Right
that landed on Martinez.
Yeah. I knew you'd say that, yeah. Hey, listen, he was still good, him then, wasn't he?
Okay, but so when I flattened him, and then people said, oh, he was finished, he's on, and then he went and Paul watched a few, didn't he?
He's done a few, Gallard.
Yeah, Warrington, was it?
Yeah, he's done a few, hasn't he, Martinez? He fought Warrington. He's beat. I don't know if he beat Warrington.
No, he didn't beat Warrington. Sorry.
He beat Gallard, didn't he?
Yeah, but then Lee Wood, was it? Because he knocked someone else out there.
He's knocked a few out recently, hasn't he? He's.
Could be wrong with him. I can't think.
Have a look on his resume. Have a look.
Well, no, he went on a bit of a run after.
What was his name? How do you spell his name? What
Martinez.
Kiko Martinez. Kiko. You see, when we're getting older, Scott, now, as memories are going out there.
Listen, it's happening too often, to be honest with me.
Froch says to me a couple of years ago, who did I beat for world champion, for British title poker? I went, what? You're having a laugh, aren't you? Is it because you get punched in the head and sometimes for that split second you forget?
I don't know. I don't know.
Right, he's done Jordan Gill. He lost against Warrington. He done Galahad. He lost against Alfred Barrett. Let's have a look. You should be on here somewhere. Oh, he's lost to Warrington twice. Scott Quigg, you did him in the second round. You were undefeated then, though, 30 you know. So, but then again, when you were fighting him, what belt? What was that belt for? It an interim or something? When you fought him?
No, the full WBA. Well, regular.
WBA, you knocked him out in the second round. Well, it's only recently he won it again, didn't he?
Yeah.
He come back, so it's a bit like people saying Froch done Jermaine Taylor in a no good, but 6 years later he was the world champion. So I bet you felt good about that, didn't you?
Yeah, my win just keeps getting better with age.
Of course it does, yeah. That's brilliant. What are you doing with yourself now, Scott?
In here with Joe, helping him train the fighters.
Yeah.
Got a few things going on outside of Boston.
You're still at Bury?
Yeah, still in Bury.
You're into properties and all that, aren't you?
Got a few properties going.
You happy with them? Is it manageable for you, Scott?
Yeah, my man does the
your man goes and sorts small out if they don't pay.
And then I've just been out in Dubai for 3 months.
Yeah, you like it?
Yeah, it's good. I used to go there quite a lot on holiday. So I was out there training someone. So I've been back for 6 weeks, and then tomorrow I'm back out there again for 4 months.
Is that your damaged Porsche outside?
No, it's not.
It's not?
No, it's not.
Is it?
No. Why is there a damaged Porsche?
Yeah, outside of it, yeah. I thought, because Joe's got one, hasn't he? It's in Joe's, it's a different one.
No, it's not mine then.
I thought, how's that Quigg is?
No. My car's in getting fixed at the minute.
Is it? Oh,
smashed it and hit a pothole.
What are you driving, Scott?
Just an Audi.
Same as Collar?
Q8.
Q8?
Yeah.
Go on, lad.
But he's currently being fixed.
Have you got any kids, Scott?
No.
No kids? Have you got a girlfriend?
No.
No? You're still a loner then? Do you play snooker?
I've had a few relationships.
You didn't get on with them?
No.
You just split up?
No,
relationships break down, don't they, Scott?
It is what it is.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
So you're not on puff then?
What's puff?
Plenty of fish?
No.
You've had your teeth done though, you're looking well. Did you get them done in the UK?
Yeah.
I can't afford UK money like you. I bet they took some money off you, didn't they?
Oh, they did me a good deal.
Did you a good deal?
They did me a good deal.
Well, listen, it's been fantastic to have you on. Listen, it's man, I used to give you a load of stick, you know, years ago.
I used to give me a load of shit.
We're going to spar now, aren't we, Scott?
Yeah, we're gonna go down.
We're going to go downstairs and we're going to get at it.
1 round, last man standing.
There you go. All right.
That's going to be me.
All right, listen, thanks for that. You've been a great kid. All right, peace out, Scott.
See you in a bit.
Scott. Get a date with Terry Harper. She's single now, you know, mate. She's having that Steffi Bull tattoo removed off her left bicep. You know that Bull logo. Like you'd have one of them tattooed on your arm, wouldn't you? She's having it removed, Scott. Get her took out. She's single. You're similar age. Porky's Corner is proud to be sponsored by Spartan Site Solutions. They are specialists in civil engineering and demolition contracts for the construction industry. Interested parties should visit their website or contact Porky's Corner for a referral at porkycorner@mail.com.